up, guys? I want to introduce you guys to my channel. Basically, I'm going to be doing a lot of reviews, a lot of instructional videos, not only with misbehaving in the car, trying to help you guys as much as I can, whether it's automotive related or photography related. Okay? Now, there was something that popped up to my mind that a lot of people don't know the proper usage of a Cpl filter in your cameras. You know, I go into forums or whatever, and you know, I belong to a huge pool of professional photographers that we critique our stuff left and right. And there's a lot of people that just say, yo, CPL for automotive photography. I agree with that to a certain extent. To another extent, I don't. I think that it can hinder your pictures. If you're not going for that creative speaking tone, it can really mess up your pictures. Color grading, color balancing. I mean, it can do a lot of things. Okay. Usually, what I use CPL for, and I'll tell you, when I was a rookie, I used it for everything because nobody told me otherwise. But at the same time, folks, you gotta understand that there's pros and cons to using this, okay? So, the actual terminology that comes with CPL is a circular polarizer linear filter, okay? And what does this mean, basically? Let's say you were in a boat, okay? This is the best example I think I could come up with. And you have your polarized Oakleys or whatever shades, right? Super polarized, super expensive glasses, and you can see what's underneath the water. Basically, that's what the CPL allows you to do by focusing, and I'm going to show you this in a second. So basically, you know, some how to use a CPL is if you want to bring the contrast, the highlights, you want to bring that out. For instance, if you're shooting at not the times of the day that are proper, that we call the golden hour, which is dusk or dawn. If you're shooting in really bright conditions, this could be a lifesaver. I use it with at Formula Drift, New Jersey, with Vaughn and Chelsea. I've used it at some events where the lighting was horrendous. So basically it's like a go-to when you can make something out of nothing. Okay, and this is what I'm talking about as far as pros and cons. The pros are that you can mitigate shadows, you can mitigate bad lighting towards using one of these polarized filters. The negatives is if you don't have a big aperture lens, so to speak, and you're struggling already to maintain light conditions, a CPL is not going to help you out, gents. It's going to hinder you. It's gonna make you wish you didn't have it. Okay, there's CPLs out there, and the standard is, I believe, it's like 2 stops of light more that it consumes. So if you have an f5.6 lens, okay, just give you an example, you just automatically made that lens with the CPL filter an f11, which is ridiculous. Keep in mind, the bigger the aperture doesn't mean more light. It means less light. So you notice when you take an exposure at like f22 and it's completely dark like this shirt, now you know why. Okay? There's different ways of using apertures. But I'm going to leave that to another video. We're focusing on CPL. So here I have the Hoya Cpl 82 millimeter, and as you can see, it has already that polarized tone to it. And all you do is just, you know, crank it into your lens, depending on your application, and call it a day. Be done with it. Okay? As a great practice, I like to keep 2 filters. Okay? Just a regular filter, UV, and that's just to protect the actual glass, since the glass that I use is probably the best Canon has to offer. And that, see the difference in color? It's clear. Okay? It's a little dirty, by the way, but that's because it's being used. So, I don't want to bore you guys to death, but I want you guys to understand what exactly the uses are for this type of polarizer. Okay? And I have an example, which I'm going to further demonstrate in a little bit. So basically, you know, when to use the CPL filter, when you want to remove glass reflections, okay, because they can be kind of annoying, and you know, it'll take away out of your subject. Okay, the other one, like I said, you know, when you want to darken the sky, you know, you want to get those tones out. Sometimes skies are not. They're beautiful, but you have to have something else to bring them out. I mean, some people commented on my photography, said, "Hey man, those skies are beautiful. Did you Photoshop it?" No sir, it was the use of the CPL. Okay, removing haze or color. Okay, and this is the big one when I'm talking about, you know, how to use it and how not to use it, is because it can really mess up your colors. Okay, if not used properly, but it could also enhance it. So that's up to you. It's a creative speaking way. When not to use a CPL filter? When you have color reflections, because I could show you an example of where I used the CPL filter to capture the moment where Major. It was Air Force Thunderbird Major, and he was saying what's up to me from the cockpit. And I'm gonna bring up that picture real quick, and you guys can see the reflection that it did. I didn't like it at all. It didn't do what it was supposed to. So there, I didn't like it at all, and I'm gonna show you guys what I'm talking about. Basically, let me get to that picture right now so we can get that out. And it clearly shows when you edit it. It's one of those things that you know, to me as a professional, as a trained eye, I don't like. To you guys, you might like it. So basically, right here, there's a clear example when not to use a CPL filter. And why do I say this? It's because look at the cockpit, okay? And we got Major Nick Krashek, you know, giving me the thumbs up. And right there you can tell where the reflections are not really doing the picture justice. So, you know, and the more that I darken this, you can see it. Right now I'm shooting without a CPL, so it's completely as shown in the screen. But basically, there's different purposes as far as to use CPL lenses. For example, this one. Just want you guys to see the detail. See that right there? this right here should not happen. So yeah, these examples were shot with my 70 Mark II 7200 lens, and of course they're not automotive pictures, okay? And I did this for a reason, to show you guys the power of the CPL. This is not using a CPL lens filter. This is with a CPL. See the difference? Right here. Right here. It takes away a lot of the reflections. I even did a close-up to show you guys. I shot a couple bursts. So see the difference? And it's just going to continue on. So I hope you guys like this video. I hope I helped a lot of you out. And go out there and shoot, man. It's the best way to learn, just to go out there and shoot. No, it's not a big deal to be wrong the first time. Alright. Please like and subscribe for more updates on photography tips and car related stuff. F-bomb out.